have a great heart for the folks we're talking about, a great love for them. And people think in terms of children, but they're really young adults. I have a love for these people, and hopefully now Congress will be able to help them and do it properly.
All right, that was President Trump earlier today talking about his plan to rescind DACA, a policy, of course, implemented by then-President Obama without congressional approval, and it extends protections to certain illegal immigrants who entered the United States before their 16th birthday. Now the president is urging Congress to find a constitutional solution to DACA, which will come to an end in 6 months. Joining us now with reaction is the anchor of America on Fusion, Jorge Ramos. All right, let me go to the president's remarks today. And he said, we expect people in this country to play by the rules. We expect that those who cut the line will not be unfairly rewarded, and that for the time being you'll be able to stay in this country without fear of deportation and get right with the law. That's what the law is. Do you have any problem with what the president said?
I do. I have many problems with what the president said. First of all, you cannot trust the president. He said that he loved the Dreamers. And he also said that Dreamers shouldn't be very worried. Well, guess what happened? Immediately after he said that, just a few days or weeks after he said that, he's basically throwing them out of this country. Now, I do understand that they are here illegally. Of course, they came here when they were babies, when they were children, and to no fault of their own. You have kids, Sean, I have kids, and many times they are not responsible for the things that we do. So I think the most important responsibility that we have as parents and as citizens is to take care of our children. And President Trump did not do that.
But we can't take care of the world's children. Jorge, I love you have a warm heart. I admire that. I care about children.
And you too. You help a lot of people, a lot of immigrants, Sean. I do know that.
I do, and listen, I'll be honest. I only want the best for people, and I'd like other countries to now step up and do their job. One of the worst people, the worst treatment of immigrants is from Mexico. If you're from Central America, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras, you're treated horribly.
It's terrible how they treat them.
But here's what I'm sure you also agree with me on this point. We are a nation of laws, and we have a constitution, and we have co-equal branches of government. President Obama, as I played his own words, he didn't believe constitutionally he had the authority to usurp the power of Congress, but he did it anyway. So what President Trump is now doing is saying, all right, you had 8 months, Congress. I'm going to give you 6 more months. And if you want to fix DACA, do it legally. If you don't want to fix it, we can't usurp the Constitution.
Yeah, but then who's going to take care of them? They are already here, Sean. You know they're already here. They came here again when they were very young, 800,000 of them. And if you add those who did not apply for DACA,
Jorge, then your beef is with Congress.
2 million. So someone has to take care of them. And it is our responsibility to do that. I think what President Trump did was
what I read you earlier is
wholehearted and
what I read you earlier, by the way, was
one.
from Obama. What I read you at the beginning of this segment was from Obama. And Obama's the one that said you can apply to stay temporarily. This was meant to be temporary. Now President Trump, rightly so, is following co-equal branches of government. He's saying to the Congress, go do your job. I'm giving you more time. You've already had the time under Obama, 8 months since I've been president.
He's not protecting the Dreamers. And they are as Americans. They are as Americans as Trump's children, exactly the same. The only difference, Sean, is that they don't have a paper to
Jorge,
show it.
You cannot ask that the United States burn its Constitution, stomp all over it, in the process of doing what you want. You have to understand we're a nation of laws. Do you respect that?
We're talking about children who are already here.
I understand, but they're here illegally.
Your children and my children.
They're not here legally. But you have time. The good news for you, Jorge,
it is not their fault.
love your
heart. It is not their fault, Sean. You do understand it's not their fault.
I admire you, but you're missing the main point. It has to be
I do understand
legal. We can't burn the Constitution just to do what Jorge Ramos wants. You've got to do it legally.
We can absolutely, but we can change the law. President Reagan did it in 1986. Why can't we do it
Understood.
in 2017? Now, my real concern, Sean,
And then we
is
should
that
build the wall so people don't come in illegally again.
I don't think a wall will help because, as you know,
Oh, the
almost
wall works.
45%
Ask
of all
Israel.
immigrants come
The
by
wall
plane
works.
or with a visa. But my concern is that
All right, I
this
gotta roll.
follows a path. Yeah, I know you have to go, but this follows a path which is President Trump calling Mexican immigrants rapists and then wanting the wall, then pardoning Arpaio, and now ending
you
DACA.
should be Jorge, he's given Congress 8 months to do their job. He's given them an additional 6 months. He didn't call
You cannot
all
trust
immigrants
President Trump.
Wait a minute.
You
Well, I can't.
cannot
You're not
trust
going to get away
President
with
Trump.
that on my show. No, he
You
did
cannot
not
trust
call.
President Trump.
So, wait a minute. I went
He said he had a big heart.
Jorge, I'm
There
not
is
going to let
nowhere
you get
to be
away with
found.
that. He
I'm
never
sorry, but
called
that
all
heart is nowhere
immigrants
to be found.
rapists. There have been illegals that have raped and murdered
A few of them.
Americans, sir.
Very few
and
of
we
them.
need
Very few of them, as it happens
well,
with
excuse
any
me,
group.
mothers and fathers have lost their kids, Jorge, to
And
illegal immigrants who don't respect our
I've
laws.
talked to them too,
We have a
and
right to protect them and their families.
Yeah,
and I would think you support that.
I'm really sorry for what they went through, and they shouldn't be living that
That's right.
hell
We
right
should
now. I
protect
do
that from
understand
ever
that.
happening
However,
again.
the
But
vast
then
majority
if
of
it happens
immigrants
again, it's
are not
on us.
rapists or criminals. The vast majority are not
Some
criminals
are.
or rapists.
Jorge, a small percentage are.
Very few. It's just a percentage.
642,000 crimes committed by illegals just in a 7-year period. In Texas
Immigrants
alone.
are less likely to be criminals than those born here in the United States.
You just dismiss it. You don't care about the 642,000 crimes committed against
Sean,
Texans.
Listen to me, Sean. Yes, I do understand. Yes, I do understand. Yeah, but it's just a small
Right,
minority.
go.
And if you
late.
portrayed everyone as criminals, it is not fair.
We got to. All right. I agree to disagree. Thank you for being with us. When we